Ahoy sailors, first mate stuff here. The sea was pretty quiet this week on news, but let's go ahead and set sail and see what news the waves did bring us. Carnival has some kind of confusing news. Kind of. So they have launched their adults-only SEA cruises. So they're adults-only sea cruises, sailings exclusively for adults. This officially has launched aboard the Carnival Conquest from Miami. So the highlights are going to include extended casino hours, upscale dining, and themed casino parties. So this is a limited test run. These are running through late September. They're 21 and up only voyages. So I think they're trying to take a kind of a page out of Virgin's book, and see how they can make that work, right? But Virgin is 18 and up, so you do still get some of the little bit of the younger crowd that can't drink. But I guess this way they can ensure that everybody on board drinks or can drink. But then, so they're trying to make these like exclusively adult cruises, which is great. I love it. I absolutely love it. Sometimes you just need time away from children. But on the other hand, so Celebration Key is their private island they just opened, and they just quietly updated a policy starting September 6th at Calypso Lagoon. It was an 18 and up swim up bar zone. So adult only area, great on the private island, free. And they have changed that to 13 and up, which is awful because I'm not a huge fan of children, but I dislike teenagers more than children. Like 13-year-olds, ugh. Anyways, guests have voiced concern, though, over the teens being near all the alcohol and the loss of the peaceful retreat. Carnival has cited broader guest access and enforcement challenges. It's not that difficult to enforce if you set it up right, but I digress. So, thankfully, you can still pay $99 from $99, right? So, if it's peak season, it's going to be more than $99 to go to the Pearl Cove Beach Club, which remains strictly 18 and up, but requires a paid pass. That's insanity to me. I just can't imagine doing that. It just seems like a lot of the stuff that Carnival's been doing lately is it's not great decisions for their audience, right? So if you want to spend time with your teenagers, go to the family areas, right? Let the adults be adults. I'm sorry, but I can't disagree with this decision more. Like I got the email, I saw it, and I just shook my head because it was just, you've got to be kidding me. So that was Carnival this week. So like, hey, we want adults only, but hey, you don't get this adult only area, and I think that's crazy. But so sliding over to Norwegian, so they had 4 new shows debut across the fleet with 4 original productions on 9 separate ships coming in through September. So the first one is Red, White, and British. It's going to be your British pop and rock nostalgia. Bring back the 90s. That's going to be dance parties meets like throwback hits. You've got Icons, the bands. That's going to be tribute to legendary music groups. I'm assuming you're going to see like, I don't know, Metallica. I was gonna say Aerosmith. Maybe Aerosmith. I don't know. I watched Lord of the Rings today, so it made me think of it. Maybe AC/DC, Michael Jackson. I'm not sure. And then Ignite the Night. So this is gonna be high energy dance and some pyrotechnics. Moving on over to Royal Caribbean. So the Star of the Seas is now officially out. It has done its inaugural sailing. It has gotten rave reviews following the Icon of the Seas. That coming out recently. Some of the highlights include the Surfside Family Suite. So I have seen some Instagram videos and reels of these suites on the Star of the Seas, and they look super cool. So one of them had like a separate room for kids with 2 bunk beds. Each of the bunk beds had their own TV, which would be great, right? Because if your kids don't want to watch the same thing, they can each watch their own TV, and they're separated from the parents. So that's pretty great. The Category 6 water park and the immersive dining. So I know, like on the Utopia of the Seas, they have the train restaurant, which if you guys know me personally, you know that I love talking about trains. I like riding on trains. I work on trains. So to go to an experience on a cruise ship where, yeah, it's paid, but you literally sit down and you feel like you're in a train car and the windows got scenery going by. Like I want to do it so bad. So bad. Early reviews have praised its layout, its entertainment, and I've heard rave reviews about it. It sounds great. Also, Royal Caribbean CEO Michael Bailey has hinted that an Icon class ship may be going to Galveston as early as the 27-28 season. That would be huge for Galveston. So we're seeing a lot more ships going that way. MSC just sent the Seascape over. We're starting to see more ships coming from Galveston. I don't know if we'll see more coming from New Orleans, but it does definitely bring cruising, over to that side of the Gulf, which is great. I mean, I love it. It'd make it accessible as wherever we can get ports, right? So Margaritaville, last week I talked about the fact that they had this Ultimate Paradise Pass that they launched out, or I guess relaunched because they've done it before. And there's a silver and a gold. Basically, it starts today, September 1st, 2025, and runs through December 31st, 2026. It offers unlimited 2-night cruises, up to 7-night cruises based on which pass you buy. So this is going to be for very flexible travelers from Palm Beach to Tampa. So the pricing and the perks vary, but like each one comes with like casino credits. What I did learn, though, because I went and I read about it and I was checking out what it is, because it would be great for us to have, is so you can only book within 30 days of a cruise. You can't book back-to-backs, but so like the silver pass is $7.99, but that gets you 2 people in a room. So it's not $7.99 per person. It is $7.99, and then you have to pay port fees, taxes, and certain ships require you to pay fuel charges. But I mean, it's super cool. It's a really cool thing. If you just want as many weekend getaways as you can get, or week-long trips. I mean, hell, the Gold Pass is $14.99, and that's ocean view rooms, and you can add on to be able to do balconies. There are some blackout dates and stuff, but it's not too bad. It really isn't. So it's really cool. I would highly advise people check it out. Like, we were looking at it because we record on ships, and it would be great for us. So that is it. MSC did not have anything. Virgin did not have anything. Yeah, it was a really quiet week this week. It's not the worst thing in the world. We've had some really heavy weeks lately, so I'll take some quiet weeks. So the tip of the week this week, so it's going to be prepay your gratuities. You can lock in lower rates. So anytime you book a cruise, you generally have the ability to prepay your tips. But if you go along, for instance, we booked a cruise later this month. We booked it back in July of 2023. If we had paid our gratuity then, or booked in like prepaid gratuity then, we would not have gotten the upped pricing that they now have out. So gratuity rates do vary across major cruise lines. Most of them are $15 to $20 a day per person. Some of them can get up to $25 for like suite guests and stuff. So some kind of helpful things is if you prepay, you may lock in older rates before onboard increases. You might avoid, like, if you don't know that you're supposed to pay them and you get on board and you spend all this money and then suddenly, it's a 7-day cruise, they're $20 each and there's 2 people, you're looking at $280. So that would be shocking to, add on to it. Some lines do offer small discounts for prepayment, and it's just one less thing to worry about, right? You pay it ahead of time, and then you don't have to worry about anything once you get on board. If you've got like drink package and all of that handled, you're golden, right? And then like a bonus tip, pack some small bills, 1s and 5s for extra tipping flexibility. A lot of times you can try and tip your bartenders. Some cruise lines, they won't take it at all. Some will when you do get to the port. You want to tip your porters who take your bags, and because they're gonna make sure you take care of it. It's just helpful to tip them. And if you do excursions, the guides, that's always helpful. So that's all we got this week. I want to continue to thank our sponsor, Starboard and Sunshine Vacations. We take the mess and the stress from so you can just enjoy your vacation. We get it planned for you. So that's it, man. The cruise world never stops sailing forward, and neither do we. So we thank you for joining us this week on our voyage through the headlines and highlights. Until next time, here's to calm seas and clear skies.